All right, today, my friends, we're going to be creating the illusion of space by drawing an alien in an alien landscape. So, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn our paper sideways so that it's going long from left to right. And we're going to start with drawing our alien kind of in the front of everything. And we'll start with drawing a couple little circles at the top that are going to become the antennas to our alien's head here. So we'll just draw them down, and then we'll start to draw our alien head, and we're going to make our alien head so that it's much larger or wider at the top, and we'll add a little pointy ears, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And then we'll draw our alien head down so they get smaller down towards the bottom. Aliens always have really big eyes, so we're going to add some real big eyes on there, and maybe a little nose and a mouth, and you can make your nose and mouth look however you want. The next thing that we'll do is we can color our alien's eyes in and turn them all dark so that they become really noticeable. And you can just go ahead and fill your alien eyes in with your dark marker if you want to. And then the next thing that we'll do is we'll draw a neck onto our alien, and we'll connect it to our alien's body here. So we'll just draw a couple little lines to make a neck, and our alien could be really tall, he could be short, however you want him to look. And we'll start just drawing some lines down, and we'll give him some feet that maybe come out to the side here as well. I'm going to draw my alien so he's kind of waving at us, and we'll give him just a couple fingers. Maybe he's not going to have all five, and maybe he's got some pointy fingers, but again, your alien can look kind of however you want him to, and I'll draw his feet kind of coming back out. The next part of the drawing that we're going to do is we're going to start to draw a spacecraft. And the first thing that we can do is draw a small oval that's kind of going sideways, which would be like the opening of our spacecraft. And we'll draw a couple slanted lines that come off of the side of that oval. And then we'll draw kind of a curvy line, almost like a C shape, and add another line on the bottom so that it looks kind of like a dome, right? Because that's kind of what we think of alien spaceships when we think of them. Maybe I'll add a few windows into our alien spacecraft here, and then I'll put a couple legs on it so that it looks like it's sitting on the ground. So I'll put one leg on each side of it, and maybe one right in the middle. And then we'll have our alien spacecraft that maybe he just came out of. And I can color in and shade in that opening so that's pretty dark and noticeable. And from there, we'll keep on moving along our drawing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some kind of like little craters into our landscape. Maybe make it look like it's kind of like the moon. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to draw some really thin ovals and kind of color them in. And then I'll draw some lines coming off of the sides of our ovals, kind of expanding out. They look like these little craters. And when we know about how we create the illusion of space, we know that things that are closer to us are typically going to be larger. So when I do my craters down towards the bottom, I'm going to make them so that they're a little bit bigger, and some of the craters that go further away or in the background, they're going to get smaller and smaller, and that's going to help create the illusion of space. And when we go to color these in, they'll become a little bit more noticeable. The next thing I'm going to draw is our horizon line. So our horizon line is going to be where the sky meets the ground, and that's going to kind of help create a difference between our background and our foreground. The next part that we're going to do is we'll add some mountain ranges into our sky. And I'm going to start on the left side, making some kind of V shapes, bringing them down towards our alien craft so that we're leaving lots of space in the center. And then I'll start to make some of those V shapes, bringing them back up. But we're going to do a couple different layers of mountains, maybe 2 or 3. So I'm going to do another one that starts in the back, creating some more of those V shapes and bringing them back down as I come towards the middle of my page, because I want to make sure that I leave lots of space in the middle of our page to put some planets in there as well. And again, this is going to help create the illusion of space by having parts that are overlapping, and when we go to color them in, we'll make some areas darker and some areas lighter. So I'll put one more little layer of mountains into there. And again, it's going to help build that foreground background relationship, so things look like they're going further and further away. So maybe I'll draw a couple of planets, and I'll start over here on the right side, and I'll draw maybe half a circle. That part of it is hidden behind our mountain range, because now we know that if we use overlapping and that some things are in the front, we know that our mountains are in the front of our planet. The second part, I made a big oval here, and kind of like a backwards C, and I'm going to create kind of a ring around a planet. And you can see that I added two of those lines, leaving space to create another circle inside of those lines. So just like that, I'm creating something that looks kind of like Saturn with its rings here, and drawing a circle inside of it. The next thing I'll do is maybe I'll do one more planet in there, and maybe a few small little planets or stars that are going to be in the background. And because they're smaller, we know that they're going to be much further away than those bigger planets that we see. Maybe I'll add one more little small mountain range in between there to fill up some of that space and kind of bring it down just like that. And from there, we have ourselves a pretty basic landscape of an alien atmosphere. And the next thing that we'll do is we'll go into coloring it. And you guys will be able to color it however you want. Use whatever colors you would like to use here.